Like, how lucky has Michael Jordan's entire life, his sports life? It only cost him his daddy. Hear me out. Now, if any of you guys ever played sports in college and somebody made you an offer, hey, you could have a very Michael Jordan-esque career. It will only cost you your father. Now, the caveat is, well, you'll never know when you would lose your father, but you got to give him up. Michael Jordan has probably had one of the best off sporting careers. This man became a team owner, not just in basketball, but of NASCAR, one of the most racially segregated sports still allowed to be active today. And you took their asses to court. You took the good old boys to court and you won. Y'all pray for Mike. And it only cost him his daddy. His son's not wearing dresses. His son's not out here calling themselves he, she, they, them. This is a win. Pay attention. Let's go. Let's go.
Level heads. In all honesty, when you get to the finish line, sometimes you have to think, not just for yourself, but you got to think about the sport as a whole.
Look at who's around this man. Nobody that looks like him. The optics on this, very, very disturbing to me. Look at who's around this man. Okay? Who can Mike go to if he needs to go to war with these people around him? You understand? When they put their knives out on him eventually, who can Michael call to help him go to war with these people around him? But come on, let's go.
And I think both parties got to that point, and we realized that we could have an opportunity to settle this, and we dove in and we actually did it. Unfortunately, it took us that long, but we got here. That's all that matters.
I mean, do you feel like it was worth it?
Well, both parties feel like it's worth it because we understand we had to work together. Compromise in every negotiation is one of the toughest things that you can do. And I think that you can say that we both compromised on both.
Wait. Once again, I asked the question. Hell, I ask any of y'all the question. If you could have a career like Mike, on and off the court, at Mike's level, for as long as Mike has been doing it, and it only cost you your father, you're not gonna take that deal? For real? You're not gonna take the deal? You're not gonna take the deal? No takers, huh? Okay, come on. I'm just asking questions.
Both our agendas, and I think we both come to the conclusion that it's better for us.
There's so much family history wrapped up here, not just for you.
Once again, do you want his son on coke or do you want his son in a dress like EJ and Zaya? I'll take the cokehead son for 100, Alex. Stop playing with me, man. Stop trying to move the goalpost. Okay? You want the come on, man. Who wants the cokehead son versus the gay son? Seriously, right now? For real? You want to retype and ask me another question? Jay, come on, man. The fuck we talking about? Give me the cokehead son all day. What?
Mr. France, but also for you, Mr. Jordan. You talk about just what it means to you from a legacy point of view.
Well, I grew up watching his father build this sport. I didn't want to have to tear it down. I don't think he wanted to be torn down, but I think under calmer circumstances, we actually voiced what our interests may have been, collectively. And at the end of the day, we reached some type of compromise. And to me, that's in every negotiation. That's in every agreement. I'm very happy we stand on this step to move forward as opposed to moving separate.
What were the other terms of this?
I love this for him. I'm very worried also, but okay. F1 teams ranked now. Okay. Haas 1.57 million. What? It's still valued over 1. Okay. My bad. This is a typo. 1.57 billion. That's supposed to be a billion. Kick Sauber 1.84 billion. Red Bull 1.88 billion. Williams 1.91 billion. Alpine 2.31 billion. Aston Martin 3.18 billion. McLaren 4 billion. Red Bull itself 5.3 billion. Mercedes 6 billion. Ferrari 7.35 billion. And they're having the worst season ever with two of the best drivers. You have one is probably the greatest F1 driver ever, and they've had a shitty year with a shitty car, and they're still number one in valuation. You cannot apply this metric to NASCAR. But once again, that man's a professor of economics. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? Now listen, just to show y'all how much gap between F1 and NASCAR. This is the entire NASCAR. The entire series of NASCAR has 2.2 billion in assets. That's a little bit more. That's a little bit more than one F1 racing team. Do you understand? The lowest F1 racing teams are under $2 billion. The money, you can't fathom the amount of money being spent in F1 events. Okay. An equity value of $5 billion and an investment grade credit rating, which Snyder believes positions the France family to be able to pivot and adjust to any threats of a rival series the way the PGA did in response to the Live Golf League. The Live does some Saudis. Some Saudis came through and said, hey, we'll pay y'all triple what the PGA is paying. And then a lot of those guys went to go play for the Saudis, play golf for the Saudis, okay? Snyder also testified NASCAR had 250 in annual earnings from 21 to 24, and the France family took 400 million in distributions during that period. My God. Okay. So you see what Jordan's up against. Jordan in front row. So shout out to them, the only two teams that didn't sign that slave contract. Okay.